Hey, I'm back. Happy Easter, and today I'm going to be making some hot cross buns. I've never done this before, and this is a WW recipe. I don't know if it's that much different to normal, but that's what I'm going with. So, first thing we need to do is to start making a dough. So I've got a large mixing bowl and I'm going to add 450 grams of bread flour, and to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of dry yeast. Now it doesn't specify, but I've gone with the instant one because we're adding it to the dry mix. So we've got half a teaspoon, that's half a level teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of allspice, that's a level teaspoon, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and of course 50 grams of currants. I haven't got any currants, so I'm using raisins, but I believe they're pretty much the same thing. Now we're going to give this a good mix. There we go. Next up we need 150 mils of milk, and it should be tepid as well, which is about 40 degrees, and we need to take out 1 tablespoon to save for glazing. And to that we're going to add 75 mils of water, again that's tepid, and 25 grams of low fat spread. Now I'm guessing this should be melted. It doesn't specify, but liquid. So I'm just going to melt this. There you go. So that's going in. And then we have 50 grams of sugar, that's caster sugar, and again you want to take out of this 2 teaspoons, and that's for glazing later. Okay, that goes in, and 1 egg. And we're going to beat this together. So once that's mixed in, you need to pour it into your flour mix. And then it says to mix it together with a knife, so we'll do what it says. Well, it has come together. So next thing you need to do is to knead this. So you need a lightly floured surface. Now I've got one of these silicone baking mats, and they're actually really good for kneading because I'm short on space, so there we go. So let's get some flour on there. And then let's bring this together and turn it out. And then we're going to knead it. Let's get all them raisins in there as well. There we go. Knead for a couple of minutes, it says. Okay, and there you have it. Now, take a clean bowl, place the dough inside, and we're going to cover with cling film. And we're going to leave that to rise for about an hour. Okay, so it's been an hour and you can see it has doubled in size. So we're going to knock the air out of this, if it comes out. So we're just going to knock the air out, knead it a couple of times. And then we're going to split this into 12. That's not as good as it's supposed to be. Let's get in there with a proper knife. So we've got 12 bits and we roll them up into a ball. And we're going to put it on a non-stick baking tray. Now mine are not non-stick, but I've got another one of these silicone mats. So I'm going to put all of them onto the tray. There you go. I know they're slightly different sizes, but hey, I'm not perfect. So once that's done, we're going to leave them to rise again for 30 minutes. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes and they have risen again. So I'm going to put them aside for the moment and we're going to make up a paste for the crosses. So we have 1 level tablespoon of plain flour, and 1 teaspoon of caster sugar, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water. And then we're going to mix this into a paste. That's a bit runny, so I'm just going to add a little bit more flour. that's better. I'm going to give it a guess that that is right. So that was nearly an extra tablespoon that I added. So I'm going to take the hot cross buns and we're going to put a cross in each of them. And then with that tablespoon of milk that you reserved, we're going to brush the tops of all of these. Right, and then we're going to put that paste into a piping bag with a plain nozzle on it. And then we're going to make a cross over the top of each one. There we go. I still think it's a little bit too runny, but there we go. Now these are going to go in the oven at 200 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes until risen and brown, or golden brown. Right, so come back in a minute. And there we go, 15 minutes, that's all it took. Last thing to do is those 2 teaspoons of sugar that we reserved. We are going to add 4 tablespoons of boiling water. One, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to dissolve the sugar in that. And once it's dissolved, we are going to brush the tops of the buns again. And there we have it. Now I can see the crosses didn't work very well, so I think the measurements on the pastes needs to be looked at, but there we have it. So I'm going to let these cool down for a minute and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, let's get one of these open. And let's spread on a little bit of strawberry jam. There we go. Okay, let's give this a go. They're good hot cross buns. So, happy Easter everybody. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.